My brother looked me straight in the eyes and said, "You didn't deserve any of it. Not the house, not the savings, not even the memories our parents left behind." He said it like it was a fact, like he had rehearsed it in his mind for years. I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I just felt something inside me go very quiet. Because in that moment, I realized something painful. This fight was never really about money. It was about how my family had seen me my whole life. My name is Denise Carter. I am the middle child, the quiet one, the one who stayed when everyone else left. And this is the story of how my brother decided I didn't deserve what our parents left, and how I finally understood my worth. We grew up in a small house on a slow street. Nothing fancy, but it was always full. My mother, Loretta Carter, believed in keeping things together. Meals together, holidays together, even arguments were handled quietly. My father, Earl Carter, worked long hours. He didn't talk much, but when he did, people listened. I have two siblings, my older brother Marcus and my younger sister Yvonne. Marcus was loud, confident, always the leader. Yvonne was emotional, creative. She needed attention, and she got it. I was different. I helped without being asked. I stayed home when my parents got sick. I handled paperwork, doctor visits, late nights. No one told me to do it. I just did. When my parents aged, Marcus moved away. Yvonne married and started her own life. I stayed. People called me the reliable one. I thought that meant something. When our parents passed, it happened quietly. First my father, then my mother 2 years later. Grief doesn't shout. It settles in your chest and waits. After the funeral, Marcus returned. He walked through the house like he owned it already. He commented on the furniture, the walls, the neighborhood. "This place is worth more than I thought," he said once. That sentence stayed with me. When it came time to talk about the will, Marcus took control. He spoke fast, confident. He talked about fairness, about effort, about who needed what. I listened. The lawyer explained everything calmly. The house was to be shared, the savings divided evenly. That's when Marcus laughed. He looked at me and said, "I don't think that's right." I stayed. People called me the reliable one. I thought that meant something. We stood in the living room where our parents once danced, where our mother cooked every Sunday, where I slept on the couch during hospital nights. Marcus crossed his arms. "You lived here rent-free," he said. "You already got your share." I felt my chest tighten. "I was taking care of them," I said quietly. He shook his head. "You didn't sacrifice anything," he replied. "You just didn't have a life." Those words cut deeper than anything else. Yvonne stayed silent. She avoided my eyes. That's when Marcus said it. "You didn't deserve what our parents left." Not because I was cruel, not because I was selfish, but because I stayed invisible. I stayed. People called me the reliable one. I thought that meant something. I went back to the house alone that night. I sat in my mother's chair. I listened to the quiet. And for the first time, I cried. Not for the money, not for the house, but for the years I spent believing my value came from being useful. The next day, I didn't fight. I didn't beg. I stood firm. I said, "This is not about deserving. This is about respect." The law handled the rest. Marcus stopped calling. Yvonne eventually reached out. The house was sold. The money was divided. But something else changed. I stopped shrinking. I stopped explaining myself. I learned that love does not erase your worth. And silence does not mean weakness. Sometimes the inheritance isn't money. It's the moment you finally choose yourself. If you are the one who stayed, the one who gave quietly, the one who was always strong, please hear this. You don't need permission to deserve what was meant for you. And sometimes, losing people shows you who you truly are. Thank you for listening.